Hey guys, it's Shiv Haria here from Lifestyle Property People, and today I wanted to take you through the 5 reasons why you should be investing in property and also the 5 challenges of investing in property. So stay tuned, here we go. The first reason is that it is a tangible asset. So that means it's something that we all understand. We all need to live in a house. We all understand how that works, and we all understand the reason why people need to live in houses. So it's very familiar to all of us. We understand it. It's very transparent, and that's a tangible asset. The second thing is that it's inflation proof. What does that mean? That means that over time, the house prices tend to go up in line with inflation, if not more than inflation. That means that if inflation is high, that's not a bad thing if you've got a house, because your house is also increasing in line with that inflation. The third thing is that it creates a stream of passive income. Very, very important. It's very difficult to create an income stream if you're not spending all your time working, if you're not spending your time creating that income stream. Property is one of the ways that most people can create an income stream without having to work for it. The fourth thing is it helps to diversify your portfolio. Most people will have a portfolio in the stock market, and that will be through their pensions. So a lot of money is already invested in the stock market, but you don't want all your eggs to be in one basket. So property allows you to diversify your investment outside of just the stock market and put it into something that's tangible and something that you can feel and you can touch. And the fifth reason is the ability to leverage. It's very difficult to go to the bank and ask them for a loan against something, but it's even more difficult to persuade them that you're only going to put in 25,000 and that they should put in the majority. They should put in 75,000. So a 75% loan to value mortgage, which is what we typically tend to get on a buy-to-let mortgage, is unheard of throughout the rest of the financial industry. And it's what we're trying to say there is that properties are so secure that even the bank bets on them. Even the bank is happy to take that risk. So as a result, it's one of those things that phenomenon that we find in the property market is that we can leverage against the asset. Those are 5 things, the 5 reasons why you should invest in property. And here are 5 reasons why there are challenges with investing. The first is that it's a large amount of capital that's required. You can't just get in with £1. You've got to have 50, 60, 70,000 pounds saved up. And that takes a lot of time to save it up. You can't get involved with a small amount. You have to have the large chunk ready to go at that particular moment in time. The second one is that there are high transaction costs. We already know, unlike with the stock market, where you can press a button and for £11.95 you can buy a stock or a fund. With the property market, you actually have to do a whole bunch of legals. You have to get solicitors involved. There's a mortgages side of things, there's insurance. There's a whole bunch of costs that are associated just with buying the house. And those are just the actual physical costs. Then we have, the cost of your time in doing the due diligence of knowing whether this is a good house or that's a good house. In the stock market, if you want to buy Coca-Cola shares, you just click the button and you can own Coca-Cola shares about 30 seconds later. The next one is the fact that tenants' rights are increasing. So we know this already, that over the last few years or so, the rights that tenants have are increasing, and obviously there's a good reason for that, because although it's an asset for people that are investing in it, on the flip side it's a house for someone that is living in it, and we need to make sure that people can afford their houses. We need to make sure that people have the rights to live in their houses safely and without being disturbed. So that is something that is going to become more of a challenge, but it is something to watch out for. The next one is the hidden costs when we're investing in property, and those are things like the maintenance costs. So what we don't always consider when we're looking at property is that over time, the door handle is going to break, the bathroom is going to break, the big one, the boiler is going to break. All of these things come at a little cost, and we don't always put aside money for them. So a big tip for you, if you're looking to invest in property, is to make sure you have a fund that's separate to your property, that's separate to your investment, that you've got money set aside in case something goes wrong. And the fifth challenge that we need to look out for is tax. Unfortunately, tax constantly changes, and we don't know what the tax is going to be like in 10 years' time. Why does this matter? Because unfortunately, unlike when you buy stocks and shares, you can buy them today, you can sell them tomorrow. It doesn't take very long to do at all. So if the taxes change, you can just sell them and that'll be the end of it. With property, usually you're buying it for the long term. So you buy it for a 10 or 20 year period. Some people buy it indefinitely. And if the taxes right now are favourable, but they become less favourable over time, that will, of course, erode your investment. So there you go. That's 5 reasons you should buy property and 5 challenges that you need to watch out for when you're investing in the property market. Hope that's been useful for you, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye-bye.